Well, good evening, folks. Welcome to Flying with Mike. It's been a little bit, so bear with me as I try to get back into it. We're going to do somewhat of a short flight today. We are going to fly from Monterrey, Mexico to Houston. We're going to go into Intercontinental with virtual or FedEx Express virtual. So I hope you enjoy. We are in the flight factor 757. So I really hope you enjoy today's activity. Should only be about an hour flight. We're actually very close to pushback. So we are going to try and get this plane airborne just as quickly as we can. Hang on, just checking one thing out. All right, that's set. We're set. I think you're locked in, ready to go. Let's think about getting over to Houston Intercontinental Airport, because that's where FedEx flies. Hope you all have had a great couple of days. Sorry the weekend was not a great time. But I hope you all at least had a great weekend. Hang on a second here. I got to kill the music. It was too slow. But anyway, yeah, it was definitely a busy weekend for me and my wife. Started off with a birthday bash for our 5-year-old now granddaughter, oldest of the clan, and about midway through we had to rush to the airport because we also needed to be in Houston for a funeral. So don't really know what to say about funerals other than it was something I have actually never witnessed, and we'll get into that in flight, hopefully, if I remember. It's been a memory day today, my memory has been a little on the shaky side, so hopefully I remember we can get into it. If not, there will be a flight Saturday, working out details right now. But anyway, welcome in. I really do hope, though, your weekend went well. And the start to your weekend as we close out hump day. That's right, middle of the week's the hump. We're now sliding in on that ice to the weekend. So in front of you is the Flight Factor 757-200. It's got a weird name to it here. RRF. I think I'm going to just basically stick with the flight 757-200 freighter. Just too hard to do all the rest of that, because what if I'm flying Pratt & Whitney's? So, well, I will tell you a couple things, so to help you through some of the what is it doing? And if you follow the checklist, how to find some of the things. So, but we are in cargo mode here. So I'm going to get on the nose here. You have to load the plane. I know some of you that irks you. You've got to do this. Guess what? Welcome to flying. You got to do certain things, or you might lose your wings. And I don't mean the airplane wings. I mean your ability to fly. So, I know, it's a flight sim world. Why should it be so strict? Who knows? People like it real as it can get. I don't know. But anyway, so some things in order to load this plane. First off, we got the fuel truck, the loaders, the LSUs as they're called here. Now I'm going to bring up the tablet. I wanted to point those out. Sorry, you got to have the LSU, the stairs, the GPU. No, a correction. You do not have to have the GPU. You have to either be on the APU or the GPU. The battery will not be enough, I think. I've never tried it with just battery, but I'm pretty sure it will tell me, turn something on. And yes, it will tell you somewhere right in, I think it's right up here. So fuel truck, air conditioning unit, that is the only optional thing you see here. I did that so the crew's comfortable. And the loader unit. So basically look at it this way. Whatever you would think the aircraft in that list would need to load cargo, that has to be there. Then open all the doors. Just flat out open the doors and then you won't get yelled at. All right, next thing, pallet number right here. It is not the number of pallets you want to load. If you think you're going to be able to fill that, actually this is more than I thought I could. You're way off, because the cargo weight is not what you want to set each pallet's weight to. No, they are preset by Flight Factor. That's kind of a Flight Factor thing. So each pallet in the 757, it is different than the 767, are 3,840 pounds. If you're in that other world of metrics, do the math. It's good for you. I'm just not going to. So that's one thing to take into account, aside from what you need to load the plane. Now, once you have it set up here, do maintenance, optimize, and then you can load. Once it's loaded, it will tell you. There's another way to tell also without having to pull this up. And by the way, when you do maintenance, it'll tell you you did maintenance. And I think it been up since 4 o'clock this morning, folks, so bear with me. I might yawn a little bit through here, sorry. And it might even tell you that it's been optimized or attempted to be optimized, because we got a lot on this plane. But that's what FedEx does with this plane. It is one of their biggies. It hauls a lot of stuff. Not to detract from the other aircraft, but this gets a lot of their jobs done. Okay, now, how do you open the doors? Go to Ops, Airplane, click Open All. And there you go. Now, you all are going, well, where are the winglets? They have winglets. No, FedEx does not. It's extra weight, folks. Come on. This cargo world, they want to stuff that plane as full of cargo. I'm sorry, full of envelopes, FedEx envelopes. Just fill it is what they want to be able to do. So they have made these planes as light as possible to put as much as possible in them. So, all right, then you can go through the rest of these things. Now, in the passenger version, you will need to go in and do the safety demonstration. You have a diva, so you gotta play up to it, give it the safety demo. He's got to get his airtime. But I'll show you a little trick here. You can go to Options, Advanced Settings, PA Volume, turn it down. Then you don't care when he stops, or she, and you just keep doing your thing, and you don't have. That's the only announcement in the passenger version you have to do. And it will keep beeping at you, unless you just want to ignore the beeps, which I've done. It's possible. So, but anyway, I hope y'all enjoy today's flight. Now, let's bring in Elevatech real quick, take a look at it. Where are you? Oh, there it is. All right, so as you can see, we do have a little bit of weather to contend with out in the Gulf of America. There was, or may still be, I don't know, I haven't checked, tropical storm, second of the season. And it is due in Houston. Was Friday. Looking at this map, could be today. But anyway, so here's our route. We're down here. We're coming up to Zoe, and somewhere up in here is Houston. So we'll see how the weather. Oh, excuse me, folks. Plays out. Real quick with the numbers. It's an hour and 7 minutes. 408 miles, cost index 86. We're going to start at flight level 340. May or may not take her up 1,000. May have to. We'll see. Ignore the weights because I loaded it before thinking about it. So we're not going with the weights, although we did put 19,680 pounds. We're actually lighter than these numbers. And for those that can see it, there's the route. If you're on Twitch, here's the route for you in the window. Now, I was going to change the departure, but I thought, you know what, let's just do. And what it is we'll show it here in a second. Just a simple straight out procedure turn back to MTY, which is the VOR by the airport or on the airport, and then on course. Pretty simple stuff. You know, it's the simple stuff that I screw up the best. So, with that, let's start kicking things away because we're ready to fly. All right, I am going to first take care of business with that. Then we'll come back for that in a minute. Go back to ground. We'll get rid of the LSU, fuel truck, GPU, ACU, and the loader unit. Of course, before you get rid of the GPU, you might want to double check that you are on internal power. I did that. If you all weren't here for a flight not too long ago to a place far, far away. No. We forgot and it went dark on us. Thankfully, nothing was lost. So always double check before pulling and always disconnect inside, which I did do, so I knew we wouldn't have troubles. All right, and we'll leave it in this configuration for now. The only real, I'm not going to say it's a complaint, it's kind of one of those, why didn't you? And you know, I bet you $1 on a donut, it's because they don't have that in the real world. Doors. Why do they not have a graphic for the doors? Instead, you have to come up here and make sure everything's closed. Just me. I know, just me. So don't mind that pilot. He's just a pilot. All right, so that leaves us pretty much ready to go. Real quick, oh, I have not connected. Oh, you are such a bad pilot there, Captain. And we are in a 757. Oop, oop, 2. There we go. All right, Houston Center is up. Now, remember one thing, and it is growing. CTAF, Common Traffic Advisory Frequency, has been available for has not been available, has been, I'm gonna use the word mandated, but it sure as heck isn't treated as mandated in North America. US, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii, San Juan and the Caribbean, Mexico, and maybe some of the Central American states. Um, Many forget, will be nice to say it that way. Many are just not going to switch to it. You know, I get uh, talked to by VATSIM supervision for not, but yet everyone else seems to be left alone. So that's okay. Um, Now, it has spread, as far as I know, only to Australia. Correct me if I'm wrong. It may be bigger region than just Australia. So what common traffic is just at a common frequency pilots will go to when there is no control at the airfield. That includes towered airfield, because there are many airports whose towers close. And guess what? Operations still go on. The airlines don't shut down because there's no tower. They do go on. And they use these frequencies. Not only the pilots, everybody on the airfield that is in the movement areas of that airfield are on that frequency. Otherwise, they'd be talking to the tower. And that's how you keep things, for the most part, from not getting ran over. I say for the most part, we'll leave it at that. So, North America, Caribbean, Mexico, which I know Mexico is part of North America, many Central American states, and as far as I know, Australia. If there's any more, put it in the chat. Love to learn. All right, and if you're on YouTube, when you file a flight plan in VATSIM, it will tell you at the top. Hang on. Let me get to mine. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I got to disconnect because you know what? I don't have a flight plan. I just realized that. What I did, there's that crazy pilot, that flying with Mike. Hang on. We'll go to pre-file. VATSIM. Yeah, I'm a human, believe it or not. Yeah, now I got to sign in. Kind of an interesting way to do it. You must say, you got to look at it that way. All right. Dreaming of a white Christmas. Oh, sorry, folks. I know you're all going, oh gosh, don't be saying Christmas yet. All right, that's there. That looks good. Let's hit that. Now let's try this again. All right, but anyway, at the top, there is a section they title NOTAM, and Central or CTAF in VATPAC. So whatever coverage is under that, now CTAF is there. And basically is being introduced across the Australia Pacific region since 1 June. If you didn't know, well, guess what? Now you do. So you can go to CTAF training at my.vatsim.net/learn to learn more about it. So, all right, enough talk. Let's get this plane up in the air. What do you say? Oh, I hear some yeses, I think. That or they're just saying, just get that old man off the radio or off the screen. Oh, did I hook in? No, I did not. Hang on, I'm just getting my phone charging. There we go. So that way when you guys chime in, I've got a little better chance of catching you. Not guaranteeing, but it's a slightly better chance. Turn you down. There we go. And I think we're ready to blast off again. if you care to fly, Houston Center is online. Just for those that are a little leery with VATSIM. But we're in Monterrey. That is Mike uniform. And we're going to Intercontinental in Houston, which is Kilo India Alpha Hotel. Oddly enough, on our trip this past weekend, we went into Hobby. I'm going to tell you something. For an older airport, smaller airport, much smaller than Intercontinental, what a fantastic airport. They really did a great job with that airport. That was, you know, you were almost felt like you were walking through one of those big prestigious airports. How they've got it laid out and set up, just a phenomenal, great job. Granted, Southwest is primarily the only airline there. However, Delta, American, and a couple of internationals, you know, the smaller, you're not going to see 747s, 777s, or A350s in there. Pretty much 737s, Airbuses. I'm not going to swear that there was a 57 there. I thought I might have seen one, but that might have been the Airbus. Um, and then on down from that. So just a great airport. If you get a chance, fly Southwest in there. If for some reason you want to go see the Houston Space Center. Among other things there. We weren't able to do that, obviously. We were there for one reason only. And that was the funeral. So all right, so let's get to work here, shall we? Hang on, let me just get some things put up here. All right, let's get the weather here. First off, I do not know if a METAR is... It helps to put METAR in the front there, Captain. Oh, we do have one. Winds 100 at 11. Today is the 22nd, correct? Yep. And this was at 20... What was it? 2300? Yeah. All right, cool. So they're not too old. And it's 100 at 11, 12-mile visibility. Got a few clouds to deal with at 10,000 and 39 degrees outside. Okay, let me just back that truck up. 2987. Okay. Altimeter is still the same. And if you look real careful, I'll blow it up for you. There's our takeoff. Hopefully not as, what the heck was that? Yeah, hopefully the plane doesn't try to do that kind of flying. All right, I'm going to go ahead, close the main door. And I'm going to just click close all. Why? Just in case I didn't catch on that first run around a door, it gets them all. Okay, and then we'll go back to ops, airplane, ops, ground, sorry, and stairs. Hang on, let's get rid of this for a second. And yeah, we better push. All right, so back in the cockpit. If you all are ready, I am. Let's get going, shall we?
Ground to cockpit. Please, show me where you want to go.
You know what? How about I do this? Okay, I need to face.
Ground to cockpit. Please, show me where you want to go.
I think if I just go here, I'll be safe.
Ground to cockpit. Tau is driving up.
Alright, before you drive or push back, let's get ACARS running.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Cleared to connect, face west. Okay, and we are on the map. Perfect. All right, let's get that beacon on. Okay, all the bags are in their place. They're locked in, told to sit down, be quiet, be nice on the flight, or we'll throw you off.
Now connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, I think I've got chocks. Okay. Double check real quick. By the way, this pushback program is free. It's an easy plug-in, and you'll find some airports where it gets a little tricky to get out, where you can wiggle your way around stuff. It's really cool. So check it out.
And you may start engines.
All right, cleared to start. Let's get the packs off, beacons on. And before I announce or start them, Monterrey, Mexico area traffic, FedEx 811 heavy pushing back out of the FedEx gate. Right, time to crank them. And I think, you know, again, it will take a real world pilot in here to let me know, but I think they do a pretty good job here of the representation of time-wise and start. It's not like before where a blink of an eye and woo, we're running already. Now, some of the 737 simulations, I think, are fast. Just from my experience this past weekend. Now, I don't know what was going on in the cockpit. I don't know, you know, how they were doing things. For all I know, they caused it to seem like it took forever to get the engine started. Unless there are new procedures for Maxes. And by the way, I don't even know what the procedure is for the Max, so yeah. All right, looks like we're stable. And oh, I went too far to the
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
give you a little better. I think the dials move up maybe quicker, but the sound effects appear in the right. Again, it's been years since I've flown on a 757, so I would be probably the worst in telling. All right, we'll let that go. Yeah, I pushed us back over too far. I hate that. All right, well, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's
Stow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, again, it's a free utility, folks, plug in, and it is updatable since X-Plane has new parameters in their SDK to catch nasty plugins that don't want to update to their new rules with each release. All right, there's the magical pins. We're good to go. And all right, so make sure, let's get up here. Engine bleeds are on. AC packs left in auto, good. Get those packages happy. Bleed isolation off. APU bleed off. And I think we can now safely. Now, this is not like the 737 where you gotta turn the generators on. They are set up to come on automatically. Now, if you do not see where it says Gen connects here, I'm kind of helping. If you see a fault or something in the next to on, they didn't come on. Don't open these things or you're going to have to shut them down, start them up. Push the switch out on the outside. Now, if that doesn't work, shut the engine down, try it again. All right, engine anti-ice we're not going to need, and we can kill the APU. All right. All right, so now we can move down to here. Flaps are going to 5. We're going to talk about what we're set up for here. By that I mean 52 degrees. That we can't do much other than this. But the D takeoff, we can do something to help make that happen. Again, if I remember. Okay, we got flaps going to 5. Here's the gauge. Then we got to set our trim to 4.0 if it's not already there. And then we'll come back, check our flight controls, and get out of here. We'll go ahead, hit reject takeoff, and put our start switches to CONT. Continuous. Okay, now I said something about the trim. Trim is needing to be, okay, that's right here, 4.0, looks like about 4.5. All right, now we'll come back, click the status switch, it's the second one over, and then we can do this real quick. This last one I do is just to make sure nothing is in the way of me utilizing the flight control stick I have here. Go back to engines. We're ready to taxi. Anti-ice, okay. Isolations off recall. Recall. Nope, the aircraft's not recalled. Auto brake set to reject. Flight controls check. Trim set. Ground equipment's clear. Taxi clearance retained. Guess what? We're off to see the wizard in Houston. What happened here? Whoa. Something did not go right here. Oh, I forgot to hit save. Oh well, it'll come back around. No, we are not flying to Philadelphia today. We are flying to Houston, Texas. Intercontinental, to be exact. IAH. One thing I do hate about some of the overheads, can't get all the switches down. Okay, let's get over here real quick. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the clock over here. Okay. There you get another look at it. And it's a long taxi, so I hope you weren't hoping to get popcorn. We'll be at the runway before it's popped. And Monterrey, Mexico, traffic, FedEx 811 heavy departing. Runway 12, Monterrey 1, Alpha departure. Okay. All right, are you ready to go? Let's go. Lights on. Weather radar. Okay, and Terra. All right, we're lining up. There are a couple click spots that can help you. One of them is Toga. Sends the airplane, and I forgot to set it for D rate. Oh well. Okay, 100. There's V1. There's rotate.
Don't sink.
Monterrey traffic, FedEx 811 heavy going to Unicom, out of your area. Thanks. Okay, there's the procedure turn underway. Now we're going to head back to the airport and then turn on course on our way. I will help that along a little bit. Now I may opt for a more direct route. Okay, we're through 10,000, so let's get the exterior lighting off. And what I did is just sent us direct our first fix your temp. Let me see, what is that? Also be ready in Mexico for the higher terrain. It's a pretty rugged, a good portion of the country is pretty rugged. And I think Mexico City is 5,000 feet above sea level, something like that. So be ready for that. And bear with me, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some water. All right, I'm back, folks. And out we go. We are on course. Let me just set the heading cursor to just in case we lose the autopilot, we can snap to it. All right, let me take a look here. We still have Houston online. We'll catch them at Laredo unless they want to talk earlier. So again, glad to be back in the seat. Sorry we weren't able to have a flight and a stream on Saturday, but like I said, a lot of things going on and priorities, you know, had to be, you know, family is always priority. So, all right. One thing I wanted to talk about, a little uniqueness to me and my wife. Never have we ever seen how do we want to say, a funeral service? I don't know how we want to say this. Maybe you all have better words for me. If so, please, comments, either in the chat box on Twitch or in the comments on YouTube. What took us aback, okay, we've both been to viewings where the loved one is out there and you pay your last respects. We've been to services, and we've been to graveside services. We've never been to a service that included putting the body into the ground. Never, ever, ever have I seen that. Nor has my wife. And wow, that was a bit mind-blowing. Because usually what we're used to, one, viewing is this day, or this day with service, then the next day is the burial with a service graveside, and then we all leave, and whenever the graves, you know, the graves, what do you call them, workmen, whatever, then put the body in the grave, in the ground. It all happened in one day. Simply amazing. I mean, it just was so much in one day that it could get very quickly overwhelming, especially to the close loved ones. Just so much hitting them at once, and they are, you know, they're doing well. But boy, even we were. It was just so much at once. It just blows your mind away. Like I said, I know many of you have seen all of that. I have not, and that was at times heart-wrenching to watch, and to know a loved one being buried and all of that. So, and I'm not going to get too more into it, but it was just very somber, sobering day, long day, followed by what I, you know, with a meal afterwards, and that was great to see cousins I haven't seen in many years, and we all age gracefully. Oh, but wow, was a day. And then there was the day of getting home. That's always the day we all hate. But for us, it went pretty decent with Southwest at Houston. That hobby airport was amazing. And even though we had a gate change, it was still, you know, ease. It wasn't too much. Some airports, you do a gate change, you freak it out. Continental could fall into that if you're on United, since that's one of their big airports. But piece of cake. And great. We had some weather, some bumps out of Houston, which was expected. Got above the haze layer and it smoothed out. Got close to St. Louis. We got into some storms or going around them. Got a little bumpy all the way down to landing. But great job. Although I do think the crew taking us to Houston may have left some divots on the runway. No, it was not me flying the plane. They would not let me do that. I even asked for seat 3 and they told me, get back to your seat. So, no, kidding. All kidding aside, I know the hobby has got some shorter runways that may have had something to play into it. I don't know. But they did a great job, the flight crews, both in the cockpit and in the cabin. So, and that was my weekend. Oh, and prior to all of that, we were at my, like I said, oldest granddaughter turned 5 and enjoyed the time there. So yeah, it took us a couple days to recuperate. It'll probably take a few more to get back before we get back into the full swing of things. But just to let you know, Saturday, as of right now, will go off at 9 o'clock in the morning, Central U.S. time, 1400 Universal or Zulu time. So plan accordingly. We'd love to chat with you then. But it was definitely a weekend, unbelievable weekend. And oh, one other thing about it. While, wait a minute, let me just see what we got going on with. Oh, I saw a message. I wanted to get in here and see. All right, we're in cruise. Let's get caught up here. Oh, we're coming up to Laredo already. Okay, let me dial in Houston. 132. And by the way, we did not use a lot of the features we could have, should have, but we didn't. Okay, we're set for when they call. But yeah, it was definitely a weekend. There's other things that happened that were just only flying with Mike would go through, and company. So anyway, so I hope you all had a great time. Houston Tower and ground, which ones? Looks like Hobby came up with ground and tower. So, but anyway, I hope you all enjoy this flight. Again, it's from Monterrey in Mexico, and we're headed to Intercontinental Airport in Houston, the bigger of the two commercial airfields. So, all right, where we're at right now, let me set this up and take a look at the TJ's 5 arrival. Let's see, looks like 6,000 by Howard. All right, we got an altitude alert is telling us we're within 1,000 feet. Also, you may get a message over on your ECAS. Let me make sure it's showing up. It's not. Okay. In this area telling you altitude disagrees. What you'll just do, come up here, find this light, the set screw next to the light that just went out. Click it and they'll go out. What it is, you set the captain's side, but the first officer, they don't set together, so that's how you do it. And of course come down to the standby. Okay, let me get some numbers for the arrival before he goes, hey, why aren't you talking to me? You talking to me? Okay, it looks like auto brake 1. I'm actually going to go auto brake 2 or 3. Another interesting fun fact on that Southwest flight from St. Louis down. We landed at something like 8 or 9 o'clock. And the sun had just set. So for half the flight, we were in that transition. I'm going to tell you, that's pretty cool in flight. It was pretty dark by the time we did get to Houston, but until then, it was pretty cool to see that transition, the colors from it and all. And the city, of course, by night was pretty cool, Houston, because you're not far from downtown. And it was just kind of cool, that transition time. Coming back, I told you, we had thunderstorms and all around us. We had them on the way out too. They did a little dodging, but nothing major. But yeah, that was pretty cool. The artistry that God had put on with that sunset was beautiful. From up there, what were we, 36,000 going down, or was that coming back? Anyway, just amazing. All right, we are past Laredo. I wonder if I should give him a yell. You know what? Good evening, Houston Center, FedEx 811. Heavy with you. We crossed Laredo just a minute or two ago. "5265 on the transponder, FedEx 811. 5265. Cool. All right, now let's talk about Houston. Let me just double check. I don't need to start down just yet. Okay, we'll be starting our descent here shortly. Okay, hang on a second. It says 100 miles till top of descent. Are we even? We're only like 120 miles from here. So yeah, that's not going to work. there was anything else to bring up that I was holding till airborne. Alright, FedEx 811 understands pilot's discretion down to flight level 240. How to make this plane descend? You can click descend now, just click descent. You could also click here or just use vertical speed. Clicking here is vertical navigation. I'll just do it here. Okay, landing, ATIS, okay. Real quick. Okay, it looks like Bravo. Bravo! Arrivals, ILS RNAV Yankee for 26 right. That'll work. Okay, and they're departing 15s. Typical day. Okay, so currently Bravo. And then when you catch it not doing what it's supposed to, Mason the Wing 332, thank you for the follow. We sure appreciate it. There she starts down finally. If you by chance don't notice it descending, check your MCP middle control panel. That's this eyebrow here. In this case, the VNAV was not selected. Why it was not descending. The other thing you could have done was click VS, set a descent, minus something, and the aircraft would begin descending. But on VNAV, it will, let me rephrase that, it should catch the constraints. in this case, Yeehaw is okay, Yeehaw is not a problem. Cheap, which is where we're coming. Oh, we're just crossing Yeehaw? Really? Okay, well, we're set up good. I thought we'd already crossed Yeehaw. Well, that's what I get for thinking. Anyway, cheap at 20 here. Let me just make it easier for you, since I am not doing a great job here. Okay, so here's our arrival. I think it's called TJ's 5 arrival for the 2.6s and 2.7. I think that one's 2.7, the south one there. Anyway, we're planning the top runway 26 right, and we're flying to Schuyler, and you can see our run here. Yeehaw to Cheap to Cat, G-Man, City, TJ's, Riddler, Beep, Howlin', Zoe, Schuyler. Those altitudes we may or may not meet. We'll see, but we... Who'd have thought ice in the middle of summer? Alright, so we're planning 2.6 left as well for the transition. Alright, we'll fly the THAS 5 arrival, planning 2.7, correction, 2.6 left transition. I didn't know they were in Central. I thought they were East. Oh, that'll work great then. I didn't know that. All right, so let me do a quick change here. ILS 6 left. Okay. Hang on, I left that up way too long. Stand. Well, actually, no. We'll come back to that. Hang on. Because we need it right now. Lights. Changing. Since I don't know. Let's plan Vaughn. And all right, so now, saw how all that worked. So here we go. Yeehaw to Cheap. Cat, G-Man, City, TJ's, Riddler, Beep. Howlin', we're going to hang a right to Shift, Smokor, Pray. We're going to pray. And we are going to pray that we have a decent landing on 26 left. And we taxi to the central cargo. ILS wise, 1097, 267 for the heading or the course, 2000. Jepney. Right here. That's how far out is that? 7 miles. Okay. And decision altitude 200 feet. All right. Airport's just shy of 100 feet above sea level. And here's the descent profile, 7,000 on down. And we need at least 200. Ceiling for the clouds broken or overcast and a half-mile visibility. Once on the ground, central cargo right here is what he was talking about. That's where we'll head. So we'll come off the runway, work our way to there. There you have it. And who put the sun in front of me again? Houston Center, FedEx 811. You said we were cleared the approach or the star. Okay, we'll still delete speeds. We'll start our descent. FedEx 811. Okay, we're going to start down to 19,000. It just have to be at or above at CAT, and 19 to 16. I'm going to go ahead and shorten up our screen here. So we got to be at 19, above 19 here. 19 to 16 here. City up below 16,000. So, and we got Bravo, so. Okay, we'll kind of keep an eyeball on our speeds, even though we're cleared. Alright, there we go. Speeds are deleted. G-Man, you are not gonna do that to me. Alright, and VTAR 2978. right, we're coming into 12,000 feet. We are about 10 minutes out, folks. Put your predictions in. All right, FedEx 811, we'll put our umbrella up to come in. All right, we gotta slow this beastie down. All right, we are getting up to Howland. Got to be there at 6,240. And we got auto brake set for 2. And we are just about ready to... Let's just take... All right, let me see. See if we can see the airport there, I believe. That's the airport.
3,500 feet, sir, American 1092.
Yep, it is.
Thanks, if I maintain 1 to 12,000, and your clear track to Disney. Received, climb and maintain 12,000, and then I'm sorry, what is the direct? Clear track Disney. Disney, American 1092.
Well, I don't have any weather showing up on.
American 1092, climb and maintain pedal of 390. Climb and maintain 390, American 1092. FedEx 811 heavy descending to 3,000.
Down to 3,000, FedEx 811 Heavy. Okay, 1097, 267 is set in the ILS radio. Okay. Altimeters are set. Decision set. Set and ready.
Tower number 1
Left turn 360, FedEx 811 heavy for vectors.
Intercontinental Airport via present positions direct to Kelp. And at Kelp, join the Link 1 arrival, maintain 50340.
Clear to Houston, direct to Kelp, Link 1 arrival at Link, level 340, United 400.
Yeah, 452, read that correct, thanks. FedEx 811 heavy, flight heading 280, join the 26 left localizer.
280 to join to localizer, 26 left FedEx 811 heavy.
990 Whiskey, I don't have a native for Oaks Airport. Their winds are 300 at 4, 8 mile visibility, few at 7, and the altimeter 29er, 79er, lightning distance southeast quadrant. You can expect the expect vectors for the RNAV runway 35 left approach. Alright, thanks for the heads up. As the weather is noticed, and we'll expect vectors for waves the RNAV 35. FedEx 811 heavy, maintain 3000 till currents, clear ILS 26 left approach.
Maintain 3000, cleared ILS approach, maintaining 3000 to Kearns.
Good Air 4362, cross Loxley at and maintain 11,000 and 250 knots, Pensacola altimeter 2992. Joey, cuff locks at 11,000 and 2.6 knots, Good Air 4262, 4262. FedEx 811 heavy, Houston winds 1708, runway, correction, Houston winds 3204, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Alright, clear to land, 26 left FedEx 811 heavy.
Yeah, 2661 Houston, hello, your radar contact, 360, just be advised your microphone is extremely quiet. Mic check for United 2661. Yeah, 2661, it's loud and clear, much better, thanks. United 452, just be advised there is a convective segment for your route of flight just after Kelp there. When you get to Kelp and join the arrival, you can expect thunderstorm activity to the northeast of your route. It starts at your 12 o'clock and approximately 70 miles, correction, 60 miles, and if you need deviations west, of course, so let me know when you get there.
Will be United 452.
Alright, we're cleared to land, 26 left,
Yeah, 2661, pilot's discretion, descend and maintain 50240. Right out, under discretion down 240, United 2661. Aero Mexico 4061, Houston, turning on frequency.
1,000. $500. Minimums.
Flight slow.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
November 169 Lima, clear direct weed.
Clear direct, 169 Lima.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. So you're not. Yeah, clear direct weed.
Whiskey Echo Echo Delta.
Yeah, that's correct.
Clear direct weed 169 Lima.
Sorry, 169 Lima. Actually, my mistake. It looks like you're. Did you route through weed or through Upple VR?
Work through Whiskey Lima Echo 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 7.
FedEx 811 Heavy, welcome to Houston. You can taxi to Central Cargo via November Foxtrot, November Alpha, November Echo, Whiskey Bravo.
All right, we'll be going November Fox, November Alpha, November Echo, Whiskey to Central Cargo, FedEx 811.
And 600 Lima, I could have sworn you routed yourself through weed to join the Willie 7, but it doesn't look like you did, so you can disregard that direct. And for now, you're clear direct Humble VOR, which is India Alpha Hotel.
India Alpha Hotel, direct to 169 Lima. I see. Yeah, I think I messed up. I appreciate it.
Fine. I'm just used to people filing weed Willie 7, so that's why that was recency bias on my part.
I think it's the stupid hurricane, you know.
Right.
Houston Center, good evening. United 787 requesting AFR clearance to Chicago O'Hare, and we have information, Charlie.
Got 787 Houston, hello, I'll send you a pre-departure clearance. Air Mexico 4061, you on frequency?
All right. All right, engines are cooled. Before we turn in, we'll kick off the taxi runway turnoff lights. Let's make sure the rest are indeed off.
Yeah, 2661 descend via the Z3 arrival. The Houston altimeter 2978.
Looks like I'm going through the barricade.
Mexico 461, good day.
Air Mexico 461, Houston Center, hello, radar contact, level 340, welcome.
340, and I apologize, we were off the cockpit, but now we're in. Air Mexico 461.
Yeah, no worries, welcome. Niner, Sierra Whiskey, contact Houston, approach down 120.05, take care.
Alright, 120.05 for Houston approach. Thanks for the awesome service tonight, and have a good one for number 90.
You too, we'll see you on the next flight.
All right, we are in, generator on.
Everybody, go 4061. You're clear direct Palacha, so you are Papa Sierra X-ray.
Papa Sierra X-ray.
All right, let's do a couple quick things here. Boom, boom. All right, welcome in. Now we'll just put all our... For a second there, I thought I was missing a landing. All right, so we'll go up here. Now you can do this in the cockpit as well. All right, hang on a second here. I'm trying to see what our landing rate was.
I'm sorry, I had a controller of my landline here. Who was asking for an altitude check? Number 169. 169, Lima, altitude case flight 430. 430, thank you.
It's gonna definitely 17 people there.
424 feet a minute, so not too bad. We'll take a look here. I'm just going through everything, so we're good there. We'll go back to ground, and we'll begin to unload. See how it says unloading? So, and if you have to, say you had to do a correction, you could retouch the load. I have found with the 767 that to be problematic. But it does work. So it can take it off. So watch it, make sure your numbers. All right, let's take a look. What did we do? Okay, there's the... Oop, no, you don't see that. All right, here comes the Elevatech. Maybe. Oh, it helps to push the button. Okay, so there's the flight. As you can see it, we switched to 26 left. They've got us, 92 feet a minute. Why does FedEx have us so horrible? All right, I'm going to check one more place. Yeah, they got us at 424 feet a minute. Wow. Hang on, I'm clearing some things up here to make it easier to find things. All right, there we go. Okay. I don't know why FedEx has us so, but anyway, the airport weather, George Bush. We've got a tropical depression moving their way. Oh no, hold on here. This says 423. Where are we getting 92? That must be too bump. We bounced. Okay. Got it. Okay, now things are making more sense. Okay, I'm like, why am I getting such variance? Never really had that before. All right, so we landed. We get 2 landings on this one. For this approach, we did it twice. 423 first, 92 for the second. Give you a ballpark, 1,000, 2,000, probably about 2,700 feet. We had a balloon up, and that's because I powered up, and it came up a little bit too much before I got the power down. That's one thing you can think about. When you're coming in, you see your glide slope, and you get below it, and you want to come up, push the power in. It'll help bring you up to it. But you got to be ready to pull back and be careful, because you don't want to pull too much. You'll end up right where you were before. So, and as you can tell, the flight sim isn't as smooth as a real airplane. Okay, so we flew for an hour and 30 minutes. I'm sorry, hour and 8 minutes, 20 minutes early. Beautiful flight, just great control, and gotta love, this was a good flight. We ended up parking here, and I've got to check. For some reason, X-Plane has it closed. I don't know. So we'll check into that. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. This was a very fun flight. Just something put together real quick to have fun on Wednesday night. So I hope y'all enjoyed. And, you know, if you're new to us here on... Oh, that's what it is. I was trying to figure out what the heck is showing up at the bottom there. If you're new to us on Twitch, we'd love you to hit follow, just like Mass on the Wing 332 did about an hour ago. If you're on and watching the replay out on YouTube, love for you to hit that subscribe button. Help us punch that number up of subscribers higher and higher. Because we love, you know, we love both platforms. We just can't stream on both with the system I have. So that unfortunately is why you don't see us live on YouTube. So, all right, enjoy the rest of your week. Look on the bright side. It's Thursday, which means it's Friday Eve. That's right, Friday Eve, day before Friday. Just like day before Christmas, what do? We call it Christmas Eve. So why not call it Friday Eve Thursday? So enjoy, and we will see you for sure Saturday, and if time permits, we'll come up with another flight this week and put it out there for you. But we do thank you. So hang on a second, getting a couple things set up. There we go. All right, so enjoy your day, and we'll see you on the next flight. God bless.